Let me start with just a simple question, which is, can travelers trust Boeing? 346 people died in the two 737 MAX 8 crashes. We are extremely fortunate that no one died in the door plug incident. Since 2018, Boeing's mistakes have caused many people to question whether Boeing is still capable of making safe aircraft. Mr. Ortberg, what can you say here to the millions who will board a Boeing plane this year, to the millions who will put their children on the plane? And I suspect every member of this panel, fly Boeing planes every single week. What can you say to the flying public as to why they should trust that a Boeing plane is safe?
Senator, the Boeing aircraft, 737 MAX airplanes take off and land every 2 seconds of the day, safely take off and land every 2 seconds of the day. I'm not denying the horrible incidents that you've outlined. We need to take immediate action, and we are taking action to make sure those accidents never happen again. My family flies on those aircraft as well, and it's critically important that we rebuild trust. And the only way we're going to do that is by building high-quality airplanes, having the metrics out of our quality system that show that we're making improvements. And I want everybody to know the entire Boeing team is absolutely committed to building the highest quality aircraft in the world. Air traffic is the safest mode of transportation, and we need to continue and continue to find and learn if there's incidences so that these don't turn into tragic accidents in the future.
As I mentioned, the NTSB's investigation of the Alaska Airlines door plug incident revealed that it was caused by manufacturing errors at Boeing. Mr. Ortberg, you joined Boeing more than 7 months after the door plug incident. What went wrong with the door plug, and what specifically has Boeing done to correct this safety lapse?
Senator, first of all, it's unacceptable that an aircraft left our factory without that door plug properly installed. And let me just make that perfectly clear. That can never happen again. One of the things, there's currently an NTSB investigation, as you're aware on that. We're not waiting for the NTSB to finish their investigation. We've taken immediate action. One of the first actions was to work with our airline customers and the FAA to go inspect all the aircraft out in the field. And we've done that and ensured that there are no other incidences of a door plug not being installed properly in the field. The second thing that we did is we found that the proper paperwork was not completed when the door plug was removed in our factory. We've gone through extensive retraining of our workforce to make sure they understand that violated our policy and that they have to complete the proper paperwork. We've eliminated, reduced the number of people who can actually do the modifications for the door plug so that in the future we have fewer people that are allowed to even touch and remove the door plugs. In addition, one of the contributing factors is we identified that the door plug needed to be removed in order to do some repairs on the aircraft that were a result of defects in the fuselage. Those defects come from our fuselage supplier from Spirit Aerosystems in Wichita. The airplane moved down our factory line too far after we identified those defects, which contributed to the risk the risk of the door plug not being properly installed. So we have made changes to our process, pushed all those defects back up to Spirit Aerosystems, so we're not bringing those into our factories. And so far, sir, we've seen a 56% reduction in defects coming out of Spirit, so that's going to help us significantly. We've also implemented a move-ready safety process, so the airplane cannot move down the production floor if equipment is not installed or rework has not been accomplished. If the aircraft has equipment not installed, we go through a safety risk assessment, and look at the risk of moving the aircraft. And we've done that 800 times. And I can tell you, of the 800 times, 200 times we've not moved the aircraft. We've held the aircraft because moving it would incur risk to the production system. And we've also seen a 50% reduction in work that has traveled down the factory floor. We continue to work in improving those numbers. Those are one of the KPI indicators that we're using with the FAA. So we've made drastic changes to our internal process to ensure that this will never happen again.
Okay, final question. I'm sure you're aware that whistleblowers and others, including Ethiopian authorities, have suggested manufacturing errors, particularly with electrical wiring, contributed to the MAX crashes. Mr. Ortberg, is this an issue you've discussed with Boeing employees since joining the company? And if so, what is your opinion on whether there were also manufacturing defects that may have led to the sensor defect?
Senator Cruz, obviously that happened before I joined the Boeing company. My understanding was that the cause of the crash was the MCAS design, and those design change. The MCAS has been redesigned, and design changes have been incorporated in all aircraft. I'm not aware of any electrical wiring issues associated with that, but I'd be glad to look into that and get back with you.
So just to be clear, your testimony is you have not had conversations with Boeing employees about whether there were electrical issues that also contributed to that crash?
Not specifically, no.
Okay, thank you. Ranking Member Cantwell.